We're back with another live stream. Always, I really have to make sure that I am bringing this with people. On the stream, I'm going to share how I expand the Vir Space Station in TaleSpire. If you haven't seen it before, it's a collection of rooms that you can access for free in the community content browser. Just pop on over to the slab right here and punch in Vir or Modular Space Station if you can't remember it, and you will see the Vir pieces, plenty of them, and some things not, but many of these are different rooms I have made. All of them connect to each other. You also get all the pieces to create this type of space station so that you can build your own maps, and I would argue they are extremely easy to build with. You can create all sorts of things really quickly, but I don't have enough rooms yet, so that's what tonight is all about. I am going to add 2 new rooms to the modular slabs that I have here. So let me just poke this into here. Drop this in the Discord chat so people will know that we're streaming. How will they otherwise know? Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. What we can do. Yeah. The content. There it is. Okay. So, as I said, tonight we are going to learn how to expand this set right here. And it's not hard. I already have a large 30 by 38 room available. I am thinking of making a containment lab after being inspired of watching Alien Earth. You might have too. This is an example of one of the rooms I have made for this kind of thing. This is a control room, good place for the players to hop into, but this is all open. I want to create a section of the space station that is a bit not crammed, but not as open. And I am going to start by that by just clicking, not holding on, just clicking X and selecting where I want my first room to be. And once I have decided on the size, I click and I can still select things. If I move my mouse up, it selects upwards. I'm going to move it just down, just a tad here, just so I see that the panels being selected. I have to be very careful here because the panels are very thin. So just when I hit them, I will click again, left mouse button, and now I have a selection box that I can manipulate with these side edits. We'll have 2 and 1. Maybe I make the side panels here thinner and make it thicker. Now I'm trying to visualize in my head how I will build this out. general good idea, but you always have to kind of make sure you're really planning for everything. And I think I have a good sense of how big this room will be. It will probably be 2 rooms. And then you will have hallways on the side where the players can go around. And we'll make a separate room on this side and a separate room on this side. So we'll have a total of 4 rooms plus hallways. And that should work. So I'm going to hit delete. And just to remind myself that I am going to make a room. Well, I'm going to just delete this one. Yep. And I know I got it right because I can see these panels below. All these space station tiles, I have made them so that they have a top panel for the floor, and a second one, and then a third one. So 3 layers for safety and security. Maybe that isn't necessary to do it that detailed, but I have found that it helps me. Oops, because it means that I can create floors very quickly, and that has been really helpful. Now, what I haven't done before is make hallways in this space station. Usually all of these have been their own separate giant rooms. It's the first time I'm really sectioning off this this space station style build. So I'm going to start with, I need some form of dark walls. I will either use these from the outposts, then you have the interstellar set, and I always do this when I'm about to build. Start looking at what kind of pieces. Ooh, what is? I have not used this one enough. That's a great piece. It's just dark and straight and simple. Very, very nice. I'll have to use that. But yeah, I kind of start just researching, looking around what might be a good feel, a good fit for this build. I also look for floors. Maybe this one out here. I'm definitely planning on using these pieces. At least I hope I will. They are definitely what that plus the show is what inspired me to do this. So we'll see how we use those. But there's also the not facility, the chamber set, which is it's just beautiful. Love the chamber set. Might use that too, since this is a containment facility. And I have to admit, I like the old chamber style things a little better than the new ones. Why? Because the new glass panes here, you can see through them too easily. They're almost see-through, whereas the old ones have a bit more, they're a bit cloudier. I really like that. I wish that these new ones were a little smudgier, a little dirtier. I think that would really help them. Anyhow, just a small complaint, not a big one. I'm very happy that we got new stuff, so yeah, always excited about that. Of course, these might actually come in handy. Like these are like half a tile thick. That can always be of interest. Now we need some doors. That's probably the trickiest thing. Like, do you actually include doors into anything here or not? I don't know yet. We'll probably have to use these classic ones. See, I'm not gonna use these. Or maybe I am. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So we have facility here. Might be using these as well. Oh, of course, these are great. Oh, the blue here really stands out. I do love that. But it's a little bit cleaner than I wanted. I wanted to kind of be creepy alien feel to this, so we'll see. Maybe we use these two. See? Finally, there's the whole pieces. I'm gonna just grab a few. Oh, we do have some glass stuff here too. Huh. That's kind of interesting, and this is exactly the kind of like smudginess I was talking about. Huh. Huh. That really complicates my thinking. I don't know, that doesn't really look like a containment facility, but it's interesting. I'm bringing a few of these anyways. Particularly these, I think these are really good. They're not too bright. I like that. Oh, and of course this industrial. Do we have anything in here that's of interest? Nah, it might be a bit too dirty for what I'm looking for. These and these are also great. These light up, which is always really helpful. These have a nice little containment thing going on. Markings on the floor kind of deal. That's kind of neat. Oh, where did the concrete chamber go? Yeah, there you go. Got some yellow stuff here. That can also be helpful to indicate areas. Lots of good options here. Lots of good options. No options that really stand out to me as like, that is the wall I want to use, fortunately. Do I use a combination? I don't know. Let's see. Start by selecting a type of flooring, just to get started. Just make it simple. I'm gonna select this slightly brighter paneling. Might change that later, but that will help me see where the room is. And then the big question is always, do you put the walls on the outside or the inside? By that, what I mean by that is, do you put it on the outside of the grid of the room or on the inside? Inside, outside. I'm gonna start. It's the right thing because I also want to fill up these walls here. Oh, that looked better than I expected, so that might make the decision for us. It turned out pretty lovely. That gives us more width than I expected to have, which is also nice. Then we can use this piece, right? A little dark, but now you have these lights shining through there. I like that. That might work. That wall doesn't start till there, so we might not start till there either. Which we have. Oh. Oh. Actually, we're not. We are bringing it in from the where is it? Interstellar. This piece, yep. Run that a little bit. And here. This piece. All the way over here. There we are. Okay. Something started. So. There you have it. Flooring. I'm tempted at doing something more with this corner here, but it's kind of hard. Oh, you know why it's hard? Because I haven't followed my rule. Outside here. How that looks. Means that I can go over to the outpost. Bring in this piece. What do we use? Yeah, that's better. Still like that piece. That feels more. Okay, so it enters over here. Hmm. How do we do? Oh, you know what? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the same thing. We did over here. Run this over here. Over here. Then we get the length that I'm looking for. Oh. What door do we put here? I'm gonna go with this one. It's a strong proper door for containing aliens. Okay. I'm trying to align these walls with these large panels here. Will we come in handy later? We'll see. Look the same on both sides. Okay. There. There. We have plenty of room for a good containment room here. That's good. Here. As I don't know exactly what this room will look like, I will probably start building it a little bit earlier than I normally do. I might even have a door in the middle here. Why? Because it gives the players some options of running around a little bit. That's always a good thing. Give them some tumble room. Okay. Do we have some large dark walls? Oh, we use this one for. Okay. See how that plays out. Oh, I'm forgetting. I do need a way to get in here. Maybe the door here. Good. Quick. We'll see. And where is the next one? Do we picture this? So you have some observatory windows on this side. Always nice. Do total black wall here. Same one here. See how that pans out. Just keep holding shift when you're moving. Will help you placing things. Here. So, oh. Okay. That's making me happy so far. We'll see. Doors and doors and doors. So ways of getting around. What did you kind of? I'm always trying to plan out what will happen when the players interact with the map. Now I know in my heart that I will be wrong. It's okay. That's what's so fun with running games, right? You never know what the players are actually going to do. You can be sure as hell that they're not going to do what you want them to do, so you might as well just go with it. So here I am picturing them sneaking around in some way, or maybe they're exploring the base after the Great Containment Breach. Who knows? Your game if you're using this map. I hope you are. I hope you, if you're watching this, that you will pick up the Vir's Modular Space Station pieces and use them in your own games. Go for it. All available for you to use. Change this flooring a little bit. it feel more not inviting, just kind of like clinical. And also a little brighter, so they're easier to see. I like to keep things bright in the maps that I make. It's a little small, but I think it's gonna be okay. Always consider, like, is it large enough? Is it big enough? Giving people enough space. Always important. This one right. Okay, I do like that. Now, containment modules. Nice. Maybe middle here. Bit big. Get these two. I'm gonna put something creepy inside of it. Where do they align? Oof. Oof. I don't like that at all. So, okay, so maybe this one goes on the outside. That's like how the chamber is meant to work, but what do I do on the inside then? I don't like that. Oh well, at least we have this piece now that can save us. Okay. I don't love this blue thing on the outside with how it plays out. This down here. Side will have its own color. Oh, we need a door. Do need a door. Oh my goodness, what kind of door? There's no door that really fits. Well, I guess a sliding door is better than nothing. Like that. Have a chamber. Okay, there. How does this work? No! Too far. I can't open it. Okay, or close it. I put it here. Great. That's tricky. Okay, so maybe don't do that. Use a regular door. Maybe use a regular door. Maybe that's what we do. Oh. I think we're gonna put. We have these observatory areas from the side here, so it would be weird not to have an open window on that side. I think we're kind of forced, for logic's sake, to have this thing over here. Side window. It's a full little thing, and then we use one of our wonderful doors here, like this single door. Single door. Oh, for chamber flooring. Good type of area, maybe this one. A bit brighter. Oops. Actually, no, it has to be a little darker so it blends with this chamber style. Just as well use this. Always like that. Finally, probably want to put a lid on it. What to say? Okay, it doesn't really align on the outside, but that's fine. We might do something like a little detailing here. That way our pipes, and there they are. Do something like this here. Might work. Oh, I also noticed now that we have blue elements. Well, use our other blue elements. A little bit. It worked from that side, so it was just these guys. Oh, that should be alright. Kind of adds a little bit of detailing to it. Might actually be able to do a bit more of this right here. Maybe there's like a unit pumping air into the chamber on the outside here. The beam. And we need a box for that. Maybe a very big box. That. I'll probably add some more to it. Do that right now. Okay. Those red elements don't really mesh too well. Anything else? That in and got a life monitor thing on the side here. Just gonna copy this from right. Please copy. The chance. Save you so much time. Can we do this here? I think that will be acceptable. Then some computers here. A white element to this ability. There is maybe fully decided yet. I don't want it to be gritty. A little hard to make it gritty with all these colored elements, but who knows? Who knows what's possible? A little computer here. Oh. Extra computer power. Neat. Oh. I don't know. I don't know if that will do anything. So much building in TaleSpire is trying out things. I might go with that. I might change it later. We'll see. We'll see. Go back to the. Oh. Kind of interesting, but doesn't really make sense. So keep it to that. Maybe this would Ooh, kind of ground this chamber a bit. Would be nice. It works height-wise. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. A good chamber going. I'm wondering about these. They feel a little thick. Should I change them? Yeah, I do try out things all the time. I will admit that. Oof, yeah, that's something that something can escape out of. Interesting. Yeah, I do like that it's see-through from the top. It just gives the people playing a better view of what's going on. It might also give us an opportunity to run some tubes here. This. And go back to my tubes. Do like we just kind of hide it in the. Is that okay? I don't mind that. It's kind of feels a little sciencey to me. Is there anything else that would work here? This classic. Maybe this one goes all the way, almost all the way, and then we put a little thing here. Oh no, that's awful. What about technology? Little doodad. Like it belongs there. Half the fun, right? Just trying to decide. Does that look like it belongs? I think we'll get away with that. Yeah. Just that's a little detail. Little detail. It's the little things, you know. You're telling the players that there's probably something being pumped into this chamber. Something is going on in there. We don't know what. So better check it out. We've got to put something in the chamber. What will that be, I wonder? Well, don't need to decide on that just yet. Right now, I'm curious, can I add this to this room? The answer is no. I won't add more. Instead, I think I can get away with, oh, like sciencey, like crap tables on the side. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this entire this entire area. Oh, there's lots of pieces. Gosh, we have so many pieces now. I keep forgetting about all pieces. I add a little extra piece to be like this. It's a built unit. Everything in here has this. Yep. Oh, we definitely need a light here. Too dark over here. Put a little light there to, like, right next to the door. Really helps the players see that, hey, something's going on here. Maybe we use this trick. I swear as well. Here, I might light this up from the side so that lights up the darker part of that room. UV to the same. This side, but only for one side. Is that lighted up enough? Yeah, not really. Come back to that later. What happens if we a little try to be consistent. And also put notice I have a little quick select panel here because I have learned what I use the most of in this space station build. So I have those things available at all times because I know that I'm going to be using these things. One of the tricks I use most of the time is I just take one of these light blue lights and I hold down control and I move it down into the floor. And I move it to where I want to highlight something. I don't put it straight below because it kind of creates this very like eerie thing, but if you just move it, so I'm moving it back and forth right now, back and forth. Just move it right in the right spot. You get a nice little glow on it. Everything else is dark, and then you have a door lit up. That helps guide the players. Now, because the lighting might be different on the map that you're bringing this thing into, make sure to do it as often as you can on as many doors as you can, because you never know. Never know what it will be like where the map ends up. Different lights will have different experiences. I'm going to remove this top part for this map. I really need the players to see this hallway. In the other map here, I removed it here too. So, so I wanted this top area to have displays. Here it'll be important for the players to be able to see outside. Except for there, we don't need it. So I'm gonna block that off. Lights. Block it. And block off this side as well. I'm actually pretty happy with how that turned out. Normally these are like rounded hallways, and that's cool and all, but doing this will create a nice. And I'm aligning these walls as well so that it looks nice and neat. Okay, got that. We got this one. Definitely not feeling these interior floors anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of them. Bring in something I feel looks and feels a little bit more science. I do like these white floors, but I want to put some variety in here, so can we do these? That's nice. Facility. Maybe we want to have this grill on the outside the door here. If stuff drips off you after you exit, but also has a kind of like a containment hint. And the biggest reason is it helps the players see where you enter and exit, and that can be really helpful. We're gonna pull off a white floor in these rooms. Maybe we are, maybe it's a nice contrast. The dark elements. Didn't plan to, but I need to try. Always have to try. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I don't love it, but I also don't mind it. It's so different that it kind of just screams that something is going on in this room. It's different. And you want the players to feel like, oh, I entered a different place. Different things are happening now. Finally, things are gonna be exciting. We'll go with that. We could even, if we were really crazy, add the entire room in this, but I think that too bright, so we're not going. Just gonna keep the flooring. Won't do that in here. In this room, I want to be dark and gross and scary. As scary as something like this can be. Get to that soon. Now, I like this chamber, so I'm going to take a copy of it for the future. Before I edit it, I'll just keep it on the side. Never know when you need a decent chamber. And let's put some lights and stuff in it. I'm gonna go with green. Crystals. Putting them on the side here where I plan to put other things. I will cover them. A good start. And now I'll make sure not to have anything green on the outside because I want chamber to feel like it's containing something. There's this eerie green glow emanating from it. Now the question is, what will be inside of the chamber? Big question. Maybe I add this white element here. Kind of like that. On the sides. See if you can lean on them. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. We have some other elements too, like this kind of air conditioned looking piece. Like that too, but they might be overkill. Ooh, I have this piece. I always love this piece. Maybe there's one wall that can't see through. And this looks like a unit that we combine on this piece. Part of that computer. Is it a computer? Maybe this is something you need to access before you enter, where they keep something, like a gas mask or breathing mask. I guess it's not called gas mask in this case. Okay, let's go inside the the chamber again. What do we find here? Do we find some nature stuff first, or is it grim stuff? Let's see. I know we have some interesting things here. This one could work too if we use it. Right? This thing might be an interesting pick. Hangs there like a certain alien does. Side. Foreboding. Maybe we add some. No. Lots of things here, but oh. That's a blob that give the players pause. Like that better. Interesting. No, I'm just, trying out things. Can you make it what we have? Just some sort of very thick alien fly trap. You tell me. You make teeth on those if you No, no, that's Crazy Duck. Okay, that's Crazy Duck. What else do we have here? Some eerie things, but some of the things that would really work for what I want to do. It's the grim part. Do we have? Oh yeah, there it is. Eerie stuff on the floor. This on there, and the players will not be crazy interested in going in there. Maybe something is also hanging on the walls. That'll straighten the point as well. Just a little bit. Things on the sides like that. A little bit. There you are. Nice work. Oh no, oh dear. Feed that into here. Just turning it with the bolt. Can fit. And we have to hide these green crystals too eventually. Oh, maybe this is just like sticking out of them. I mean, it's Alien, okay? We gotta just work with what we have here. Just let your players their minds in their eye a little bit, and yeah, might have some. Oh, these can be used to illustrate growth on the floor itself. Okay. I believe you would still be able to put a mini on this, so that will work. You have to consider that. Now that chamber is starting to look a little bit creepier when you look through it like that. Kind of get that sense that, yeah, something off is going on inside of this chamber here. I don't know if I want to go in there. We're gonna leave it at that for now. And why don't we go at a little side here. Okay, got a panel. What else do we have? Okay. Now on this side, a slightly different approach to everything, not everything, but many things. Here I'm going to use this dark flooring. All the way here. All the way. And here we're going to do the opposite. We're going to put the chambers side. And how deep will we make them? Not too deep. Put them like that. This wall here. Take them. I'm gonna cover this wall. Something else. Give it a dark look. Not that one. This one. Hang that there. And now we have a dark hole in the back here. We can these here. all of that, but I can get behind something like this. Work. And can even fill in this thing. You don't remember, you don't need to always put flooring everywhere. It's okay to have places that are just filled in, where there is, you know, there might be some sort of, it might just be wall and tubes or something's going on in there. You don't need to answer what it is. It's all right. Continue with this thick wall approach. Around here. Right. One more of these machines over here. So I don't like the siding of those. Maybe I do that instead. Here. There's a thin one on the side. Huh. Where is our little friend there? There it is. Is it more interesting to put this one in the middle? It might be clearer. Always think about clarity. Okay, so the containment system are looking decent. Now, do we have containment area over too? No. What can we use? Oh yeah. Learn that already. Yeah. And put him in there. Might make it a little bit too tight in the entrance here. I don't want that. I don't want it to feel cramped. So instead, I'm gonna put something there. But we do have the opportunity to put a final unit over here. So to do. So a thinner wall, but I think that's fine. Okay. I mean, it's not like they're real aliens. Okay. And then, of course, we need a green light. And I'm trying to remember if I'm forgetting that there's another green light source. I guess there isn't. So this is my only way. Hide them in. It's here. Them ever so slightly peek through. Get that alien feel going. That slide. I don't have an opening to these, and that will just have to be narrated. Sometimes in TaleSpire, with other maps as well, you just have to kind of just narrate it. Just accept that that's how it goes. You can't make everything perfect. I mean, that's just how it is on a real map on your table as well. Just can't make it to real scale because the figurines aren't even in real scale. You have to accept certain sacrifices. Okay, so we're lighting up this room a little bit here, maybe more than we would have to, but yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's see here. Gotta put something like this in every room. Push this out a little bit. Work? Yep, that works. Also, as well, of course we're gonna have it. Given a little bit. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay. Just have a tentacle here. Oh, I forgot about all about the aberration. How silly, but you can't really see the aberration much here. Oh, how I should worry about that. Well, at least it gives us something to put on the walls right now. Which is nice. So something to maybe hide it. No, that's not big enough. Anything else should be considering here. Always so many things to go through. We have this, but I feel like it's fair. You know what? Maybe we put some of these here. Yes. Yeah, don't go into that room. In fact, none of these rooms are a good idea to go into. Cool colors in here, I know. Like red. Red would be nice here too, but where? I mean, it's like cure room, but I don't have a good way of putting it in the room and giving a red sheen, so I normally would, but I just don't see how that's gonna work. Let's see here. Oh, we do have these. Put the big one in there and see how that goes, and then add something more to it later. Oh wow! Oh, those are really huge. Goodness. Anything in this collection? No. Oh. Splats are always of interest to us. And went like this. Here. These will be used to represent something. It's up to you, whoever is running the map. Little cure pad here that helps suggest there is indeed a way of opening these and let things out. Goodness. these in here and here. This one is really dangerous. It's 2. Okay. What else? What else do we put on here? I do have the comes from surprisingly the kitchen. Here. Oh, this could be an interesting. Ah, they're so small. They're too. Maybe this one. It's not. It's not bad. Put that in there just in case. But no, I want the kitchen stuff for this room. It could feel really utilitarian. I'm gonna do that with these large work tables that are actually meant for kitchens, but in this case, I think they will work really well. It's a kind of creepy lab. Now, will they be large enough for this floor? They might not be. This might feel a little bit too thin. I think I have a way around it. See. I think that'll be fine if I add something more to it. Will this work? I've never done that before, but that is actually very laboratory-like. Surprisingly so. Huh. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming at all. And this one just kind of feels off, so that. Bring this over here. Forward a bit. Do that. And of course, we don't have almost anything that can help signal that this is laboratory. Food things. They're not good. We have kind of need a sink in here, don't we? Gotta wash your hands somewhere. I mean, definitely at the exit, right? I mean, there's a little sink. Maybe we put a little sink in here. Oh, weird, but whatever. We really needed something over here. I think maybe one of these, but man. Okay. Gotta get away with these placed on here. Great, but what we have. These. Shelf. Wow. We have like. There must be something. I'm gonna find something. But I really don't. Oh, there we have something. These at least kind of look a little bit. Oh, you have some science instrument like these there. Yeah, not great, but in this we combine in some way. Bled into it. No, oof. Not at all. This construct. Oh, those are so huge. This piece is pretty nice. It's not the greatest, but it's better than nothing. Those. Someone's got like giant petri dishes. Oh, that is such a stretch. One on each side. The top here. I'm just turning it a little bit to imply that, hey, this is not placed here. Wow, it is barren. Oh, well, these boxes are not here. That right there. A couple of these around there will definitely help. Feeding them into a little bit. Same thing here. Boxes on. One of these two. Here. Like that. And then what about this thing? Is that a microscope? Oof, that is such a stretch. Maybe if I just put it below. No, absolutely not. Like a little splatter here. The green one. That might imply something. That cyan has happened. Interior. Okay, okay. Give me something. Give me something. Anything that. Oh, maybe a few of these. I mean, I'll take anything that looks modern at this stage. If you put them like this, they will look like those lab sampling arrays. Oof. Maybe just a teacup. Terrible place to have tea, but as we saw in Alien Earth, the amount of hygiene is perhaps not good enough. Not at all. Okay, what else? What else? What else? I always like this thing, whatever it is. I mean, it's forms. Literally, let's use that. Just it looks neutral enough for me to actually use it. Lights, ladders. Nothing here. Okay, that can look modern enough. We'll embrace that now. Great. Food and drink. These aren't the worst. These around. And have a semi-sciencey feel. Okay, this one is pretty sciencey. If you know nothing about test tubes. And that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to use anything we can. Some of these. I could go for some vials. No, I don't like it. I don't like. I don't like it. Maybe I'm just scrolling past something very good right now, but can't be spending all our day on cedar. It does look immediately more sciencey if we just put a little blue light on it, right? So feel. I'm gonna put the blue light in the corner here too, just to light up stuff. I like lighting up stuff. Don't keep things too dark. Speaking of lab stuff, this isn't the worst, so. And I think this brings us to the very end here, yeah. Vehicles, technology. It's a very, very big. Like, that looks like a. It sort of could look like a lab equipment, but it's so big. Going to. What I can with what I have here. Actually funny, we don't have any computers in this lab, right? Yeah. Should have thought of that. Well, maybe I use this opportunity to at least put in one working console here. Not really a work lab. Just where you do science. I guess you are supposed to record what you find, so put in some of these monitoring devices. Like that. And I always love number 3. Wish we had more like number 3 because it's such a neutral sign. This one is very recognizable. This one is super neutral. I love that. Makes it much easier to use it. Oh. Okay. That's a containment facility. I wonder if we were to go to the chamber and put an actual chamber on this thing. Is that possible? No, because we built it outside of the grid. Okay. We can. I will allow it. Why not? Gives it a more of a contained feel. A good thing. Okay. Got that. We also have more rooms on it. Now I'm actually wondering, has anyone made anything lab preset, lab asset? Lab asset 2 by Vermin 18, Labyrinth. Lab assets. Oh, let's see what has been made. Should have done that a long time ago. Here we're using hide volumes with lights. It's a nice piece. That's nice. Also nice. Oh my gosh, we forgot about the office assets. We forgot about the office assets. Oh man, there's so many. And those green pieces and the trays are good too. Oh my gosh, how did I miss all of those? That is such good stuff. Thank you, Vermin 18. Are these are very small rooms, but getting some inspiration. Oh, that's a really lovely room there. That. Nice. Always take a little break and see if you can get some inspiration from other people. Oh, I see so many pieces that I forgot all about. But that's good. That means that I can create a better office or whatever I will create over here. Let's see. It's going to fill up the wall here. And a good flooring. We're gonna choose a different floor altogether than what we already did. Might even go with this one. And for the other one, build this pretty quickly. The other one, we might go with the silver. Let's see, okay. Good, now we have those rooms. Oh, no. I'm actually thinking of blocking off the entire, not have any side walls. You know what? I'm going to have those sides. Then the players have like a maintenance shaft-like structure to explore. Even though it's really tight there, I think worth giving them that opportunity. Why not? Here, this up. Same here. So, and I'm just not going to do the side panels then. Just to give you a little bit more room to see what's going on the side there. I think that's cool. Cool, even though I really wanted to block things off here this time. That said, move this here. Open it up a little bit. We do that. This guy goes here and here. But this area also a problem. Find out. Here we might even allow for viewing into this office area. We'll see. See, let's not use the containment door. Let's use the facility doors. Make them white. I'm just gonna go with that. Even though no, I'm not crazy about doing that. Oh, I haven't used these. I'm just gonna use them because they are so pretty. And that will allow the players to see inside the rooms. Why not? So you're gonna have desks over here. I'm trying to picture this room. What does that room in sci-fi movies look like when you have like office slash lab? Go with something like this. Middle. That. Continue. This approach. Genuinely, how they look, sort of. I'm not a lab expert, but I do something with labs in real life, so a vague idea. Okay, let's see. Go do that without. Oh yes, we can. It's cool. And then over here we get into a bit of a bind. Do this. Right. That's not bad. Write some cover. Not super organized, but I don't mind it. Computer scientists. With a nice couple of computers here. Two of them. Side here. That. To like this guy. Here. I like these slab assets now. Grown on me. I might have to publish them. Let's see. If you want them as slabs, let me know. Comments below, as they say. I think so. Here is one. But important not to be distracted because we have this wonderful thing. Goes there. Looks a little out of place in a hyper modern lab like that. But if we just hide them a little bit at least, might get away with it. Like a lot of stuff that you do in TaleSpire is hiding it to get away with placing things. Oh, this is the weirdest part. We have one giant keyboard and then one tiny keyboard. Never know what to think about that. We're so out of place. Oh well. Let's see here. Paperwork. This is also a lovely table. Use it to kind of sides there. So I'm gonna have some chairs. We'll do that. Let's do this. Okay. Of course, there needs to be some paperwork in the future. Like that. The ones too, maybe. This can be put in here and it doesn't look too weird. Bunch of papers. And I do feel brave enough to bring in some paper pieces from this area too. Clutter. Can put, well, these playing cards. Like you could be okay. As modern assets, even. Another cup of tea. Pictures and games and no, not today. Office stuff. Oh, we got these guys. I always forget about them. I don't see a great use for them other than maybe as a. This could almost pass for a. Oh, that's a. It's almost a microscope. Just put them up here. In anything that looks a little bit tacky. And just combine that and add this. Oof. Yeah, no. There's not much we have to work with in terms of lab equipment. Or if you think differently, let me know. Maybe you have found a better way than I have, because yeah, I'm definitely a little struggling a little bit here. new stuff. Out there. Computer there. This kind of looks like a tower if you squint. A desktop. Almost. And we can always put in, oh, newspapers, nice. Trash bin. So, man, there were more things here than I realized. So I'm just, it goes to show how many things exist in TaleSpire now. How easy it is to miss them. Time to get a lab here. Side light. Console. So, litter, industrial, kitchen and food. These are, okay, they're good. I might use these table instead of these. These are so small. They kind of make it look less space station-y. Oh. Isn't that room is very non-space station-y if you think about it. Whatever. That helps. That helps. Let's also put in these. Walls here. Tie it in a little bit. White in the dark parts. Use some of these too. Don't know exactly what they are, but someone's a little experiment, or maybe it's the core. I like these always, but there's nowhere to put them. These here at least. Like so. Oh, cardboard boxes. Again, it makes it look less and less space the more of these things you use. This one is actually a pretty good lab equipment style things. I should have used that a long time ago. Put it down here for now. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. That was pretty hard. That was actually really, really difficult. I'm not gonna say it's 100% on execution, but I feel at least we tried really hard. Locker in here. Room for another one? No. No, we don't. Okay, final room. Final room. What will we put in the final room? Well, I'm gonna need some computerizing stuff. Run the experiments. So, with that in mind, this here. Over here, I'm going to continue to allow for the maintenance on the side here. Fine with that now. It also makes the building a little bit easier, which is always nice. And again, if you just join the stream, you can get all of these PlayStation assets if you head on over to the community browser and punch in Vir, give you all the things you need and more, which is what I will demonstrate very, very shortly. Finish this little room there. There you go. And now you punch in console. I've created multiple console here, and a computer works too and might give you slightly different things. And that's what we're going to do now in order to fill out this room fairly quickly. Do, for example, like this battery, which we have, which could work, but I think we want something a bit more neutral. Computer terminals, yeah, that definitely makes it feel a bit more space. We had before, so I like that. Have that one. Get rid of the top one here, just to not being have it so crammed close to. Let that go. So it's not so crammed to the door here. Now that looks better to me. And that was the computer terminals. You can search for Boris too. That brings you a lot of things like that. But one thing I don't have is a flat side panel that is tall and that we can use in a case like this. I have some things, but not the exact thing I want. So I will make that right now and then save it. Let's see. Which wall panel? I do like these always. Let's see what we can do with those. Oh, pretty nice look on those. Maybe we keep them. I'm trying to keep the slabs that I make as nimble and light as possible, so that when you bring them into your builds, you're not gonna like crash your computer. You are gonna be fine. Put this one here. This one here. Same thing. This one over here. Do we do a little panel? Do we do a little panel? Maybe. We hide that. Silent. That might be enough. That's all I'm looking for texture in this room. If I copy that, let's place it and see what the room feels like. Yes, that is way closer to what I wanted it to be. Repeats a little bit too much. I'm gonna make some few variations, or rather sometimes what you want to do is you just want to remove things that makes it very obvious that it is repeating. In this case, this thing and this thing, they really stand out because everything else is the same, right? What I want to do is put in some more neutral pieces. So in this screen there, and we can vary this a little bit by these panels display that. This thing up here as if it's off as well. And we might even do a final creation here. See what we can do. Small panel here. That goes up. 2 blank ones and works. Oh, forgot this. I do like having these pieces there. It just gives it a little bit of variation, so it's not all completely dark and black. That can look a little weird. Yeah. Do with that. There, and now the repetition isn't so obvious. Do that on this side too. Even make a little gap between them. Fill in my own. Here. One terminal here. That. And there's also. I might not do it there. We'll see. Put these in these corners. Now that room is feeling much more true to what a computer room would look like. You could do other things too, like you could delete one and run, for example, some you call it, some pipes here, just to something. But if you do that, you run the risk of, you see the back and everything, and then it's just kind of like, yeah, it's okay. What I would typically do if you were to do that, I would go in here and find this piece. This is a really lovely piece, dark, and then you can add that to the very back of these. Move things so that you can kind of see it. That creates a more neutral feel. Oops. Oh, I really should have used this piece too. And so they kind of look like they're connected a little bit. Something like this. So it's, you know, it's part of the space thing, wherever we are. It's part of it. Little thing. I don't know. Okay, that's enough. That's a computer. Now let's save that out as a slab, shall we? Let's save that out as a slab. This over here. That tiny speck of variety here. Save out this. Give us, yeah, that gives us a wall with computers. So I will put in here computer terminals. I use Boris. That's my keyword for telling you that, hey, if you search for Boris, you will find more things like this. You can see those on mod.io. Computer terminal walls. And I also try to include the size, and this times basically half times 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's not one full tile, even this one is half. But you get the gist. Then I use as backdrop to your data groups. Data terminal server terminal walls port. Yeah, maybe even PC. I'm just trying to use keywords that I think people might be using if they're looking for something like this. So use this in your next project. Use it or upload your own. Let's put tons of things on the slab browser that help people realize their builds and make exciting things. No holding back. But try to do, you know, as high quality stuff as you can. Try to anticipate what people are looking for. Don't upload multiple things in one slab. Some people do, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I wish we didn't, because when we do that, we end up with like, you can't just bring it in and then place it where you want it. Instead, you have to bring it in and then cut out the piece you want and then place that, and then you forget about it. You have to do it again. That's not as helpful as it could be. There we are. Okay, that's our room. That's our room. I'm gonna change that piece right there to this one. Is that the right one? Yeah, I like that a little better right there up on the wall. It looks more sophisticated. Now, funnily enough, I don't like the flooring for this, so let's see if the original one is better. Yes, that feels a bit more appropriate, and then the silver thing around is kind of cool. Do like that. Do we couple of screens here? Final display. Don't need it really. Exit really. But I like having different things near the exits. Enough of that. Okay. Ooh. Almost there. I think we are. Okay, so we're good here. Good here. The only thing I don't really like with this construction now, other than, oof, I just noticed a really sad mistake here. That is, I have an uneven entrance here. So I'm going to rectify this by moving these things. There's an entire thing. So. Rid of these. Have a much more consistent feel to it. Yes, things are same size. Better. I definitely think we have to put some sort of console here. Have that console there. Do the trick. Maybe there's a speaker unit here too. Talk with whoever is inside. I'd love to add some detail on the sides here. What would it be? Generally not. Oh, maybe that's the answer. Of course, there are little units like that. Is exactly the tiny little variation I was looking for. Alright, you could even do little computer screens here and there. If there are like schedules or something displayed on them. Who knows? A space station, anything goes. You decide what's happening on your space station. This little console out here. That. What else do we have here? some of these. No, it's not much, but it helps make the place feel a little bit more alive. And sometimes I will even put in a little light if I feel it's too dark in the hallway. Here, that'll help a little bit. Not much, but just better than nothing. Wow, I should have used this microwave in here. Totally forgot about that one. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe I can put that in here somewhere. What this one? World's saddest computer. To mention that some of these would definitely... Nah, you know what? That's enough of stuff. That department. I'm gonna put some of these in here. Just bleed them into the wall. Computer panels. That. So unnecessary. Our players will never, ever know you did this. But you will. You will know that every part of this space station has details of some form. Anything else? Some of these here and there. You actually see that being a thing. It's a very, very spacious station. But with a few of those, it just feels a little bit more lived in. That's always what we're looking for. All right. I will call that finished for this time. That here too. I'm not interested in making this outside observatory area more detailed. Like, that's not what this build is about. You could always extend these rooms out there if you wanted to. But for now, let's just make a big slab out of this. Oh, wait, accidentally select them. Yeah, it's a pretty big slab. I hope I can save them, because sometimes you can't. They're too big. And you built all this. Nothing. Yeah, okay, that's a good start. We'll say Vir Modular Space Station. Alien containment. Oh my goodness. Containment lab. The size is too large, so I'm just gonna 30x 38, 4 rooms, 3 exits. These 4 rooms, yeah, it's mainly 4 rooms. 1 observation deck. Yeah, there's nothing else to combine with Vir Station. This is oops. I think that's a decent look at what's going on in here. That, or is that better? Hard to tell. How do you really show people what's... I guess this is the more interesting part. And you also have... You could show that. Maybe that's the better one. At least then you see the chamber, the lab, which kind of looks like a kitchen. Ah, no, well. Let me know what you think when you see this upload. Anytime someone comments, even on mod.io or Tales Tavern, it means a lot. Keeps me going. There we are, and it's uploaded. Now you can find it by just searching for Vir. It'll typically show up at the very end here, I believe. Yeah, there it's loading right here. There you are. You can bring it in so you can have only Vir. Yeah, that would be bad. All right. Okay, that's that. I'm going to end the evening with a engine build. I'm wanting to do that for a while. We have this one. I wanted to make a really like powerful engine room. Oh, let's demonstrate how easy it is to actually edit these. Now you can get these pieces on their own. Let's see here if I get this right. Make sure I'm selecting the right pieces. Control X. Wonderful. Now I know that it's on the right height. So all the pieces are all designed, even though this is the space thing, it's all on the same height. So I'm just gonna hold down Shift anyways. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good, but we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go a little bit larger. And we're gonna find some walls over here. These are the walls we're looking for. Vir Modular Space Station wall only. It's very promising. I'm gonna bring that in here. And as you see, it kind of just locks into place seamlessly. Just put it on the side here. And I've tried to do this in blocks of 4 and 4 and 4. And then when we want this stuff, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll copy that. We have an entire floor here. So let's move here. Is that the right height already? Oh, it is. Oh, wonderful. And finally, I used this inside here to kind of make it feel a bit more engineering-like. Now we have this. Now I need to make a actual engine. This turned out to be a pretty nice room here, so I'm gonna just copy that for the future. I might upload that separately. Right now, I just wanted to make a nice chunky engine that you can see is an engine from the outside. You have some of these. If we search for Boris, find a bunch of engine pieces, and many of them are nice. Like this one is. That one is pretty chunky, but I think it could be chunkier. This one is chunky too, but not chunky enough. Chunky this, chunky that. Yeah, none of them is as chunky as I want them to be. This one is kind of like not. I want it to be that size, but ooh, that does look lovely. That does look pretty cool. I also think that this floor might actually be wrong for what I want to do. I'm going to just delete that. And we'll decide on what kind of floor we need afterwards. To start, sometimes I just search for engine to see if there's anything. Oh, what's this? Nova engine room. Whoa. Haha. That's fun. Oh, that's cool. That's a great looking engine. This piece and that piece, and then with these on the sides. Nice. Great solution for that. That looked great. Train engine. There's a lot. It's just all my engine pieces. Okay, the rest are mine. So, yeah, okay, I have to just learn how to do an engine. And how do we do? Let's start with this. And I want this to feel big. I also don't want to repeat myself on certain things, but I will bring in this piece just in case. This piece just in case. This piece. I'm not looking to make the actual exits. This is like a, yeah, difference in actual engine. So, let's see. I know I have these, but it's so overused. I almost don't want to use it. We have this piece. I don't have anything nice to close it with. I'm just looking for big, bold shapes here. Things that stands out. Might be something as well. We got the hole, doors, outpost. Not terrible. Oh, okay. That could be something. We'll see. Ah, oh, of course, we have the new. Is this something? If you repeat this. Oh yeah, my other rule is I always try to just make as much as I can with as little as I can. I know I have briefly mentioned that in the past, but yeah. I'm trying to build with really large pieces here, so that when you see it from afar in the actual space station, you see here how there's like a space station all the way over here. If you have a really big map, here's like sort of like engine. No, it's not really an engine. I don't even know what this is. You decide what that is. Um, if you have a map like this, you can kind of tell that this is an engine, but I want it to be really clear that this room is engine, right? One way of doing that is using light. So I plan to do that. I can find my room again. Oh, you love these. These are really lovely new pieces. Didn't really need those pieces because we had very similar things already, but I do like those pieces. Those are cool. These are interesting. And I'm trying to picture what they look like when they repeat themselves. Will it look like an engine? Who knows? What can look like an engine? Eat it. This look like one? Ooh. Maybe it would. That's that rounded thing going on. Okay. Something like that. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Maybe we use red light to signify what's going on. If we have this one, then we duplicate that. And do we use this? How do we end this piece in a satisfactory way? Feels like you have to start it around here and build it throughout. Like that. The worst. maybe have to bring it down a little bit even. How deep can we go? That's the deepest, okay. So, and not too much. And on the sides here then. Yeah, that's kind of engine-like. I want something that is just kind of chunky. Very chunky. I might get away with that. And set this, put this red light on the inside. See what happens if we do like a staggered approach. Yeah, there's something happening there. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. If everyone wondered what my prose is like, yeah, this is the this is the process. You just have to keep trying until you find something that feels like it's gonna work and will also translate in the minds of others into what you want to communicate. Here, I think we could do something like this. Elevated area. Lightly elevated anyways. Around the engine. Just what I need to go. Holding it all into place. Okay. Sometimes you just keep building. Here. There are kind of times when I wish I was a engineer. Because I'm just assuming what kind of might maybe look like an engine to me. Not always the easiest. Yeah, maybe there's just pipes going into sides here. Especially on the sides like that. Add them afterwards. Ooh. I kind of think that's fun. If all the power is being brought into the machine from around the ship, the station, depending on what you want it to be. I could totally see this being a space station engine as well. Need these. like a nice synergy between the detailing and the floor there. Like, hope that this will work. It'll work so much that I'm willing to copy it. First, I should really make sure I'm doing everything by the book here. Some of these. That. Not as big as I want it to be. Start. Have any piece that can kind of don't, but we can at least fill it in like that. Allow it. Okay. Now can we put a light on it? Maybe. These are always good. Don't really add much. In this case, it needs a red light of some sort, but since we don't have that, go with some strong blue ones. Right here in the middle. If there's a lot of power happening inside of this machine, and you're starting to get more of a, yeah, something's going on here. Also use something like these. Too much, maybe. That might be too much. I want it to be not too bright. I'll avoid that instead. All these on the side as well. We'll copy, bring it to the other side, align that space right there, and voila. No, it doesn't work because it's oddly enough it's not a one-to-one. Okay, why is it not a one-to-one? Aren't these the same on each side? Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, that is quite mysterious to me. Maybe it's getting really late for me. I don't know. And I should. Okay, let's try that one more time. Aligned and okay. Oh, it fits. I don't know why it didn't fit earlier. We just have to put it in here. It actually be aligned. Sides. Yeah. Those around. I don't want to use that thing. It doesn't feel right. This is a very contained engine. There's no. The technology is so modern or sci-fi, if you will, that you don't need a vent. A vent is unnecessary. One thing I wish was that I had something to break the top area with, so it's not so uniform. The normal thing I would do is hop over to this thing, but I think instead I'll just move this one step up on each side. Immediately get something. Gonna bring some skulls in here. So now the entire thing has a red glow going on. Looking at this now, I wonder if we can make the inside here a little bit more interesting. Oh. Ooh. I mean, that's the detail piece I was looking for. Yes, 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 just that little extra. Yes, that makes me way happier. Wonderful. Let's put in a tiny little ladder here as well. I don't have a good one with the color I like, but put this one in here. In case you ever need to get up on it. It's an engine. And of course we do need a console. Put one in start on each side. So don't need anything on it. That's fine. Don't always need that. By the way, these pieces have also helped me a great deal. I don't think they fit in. It actually kind of gives it just that little. I do like how the color actually shines. I use these quite a fair bit, and I like the result of them every time. So I'll do it this time too. This too had been, it's actually kind of what I was looking for too, isn't it? Maybe that's more appropriate. Maybe I do one of each like that. Okay, so the side panels is the final piece of the puzzle here to me to kind of tell whoever is visiting that, yeah, the entire room, a lot of power going on here. In this case, which panel do we use here? This one? Very dark. We'd use that too, especially if we line them. What's on the opposite side? Actually, technically that would be where the pipes are. That. Then rid of these. Gives the entire room a slightly different shape and feel as if there's stuff happening in the walls here, and I feel like that. Go with that one. Not this one. This one is too much for me most of the time. Not bad, but It's just not it I'm looking for. These. Now were we to make something of a light here, we bring these out. Just brighten it up a little bit. Do the same thing on the other side here. Would it? A little bit dangerous, but right. If I were to take all of that, same thing on this side. Over that side, over this side. Oof, a problem already, but it was possible. Oh, and this tends to be curious. Do they align? Because I don't think they will. Red to red. Oh, they do align. What a pleasant surprise. Means is just to fill the sides like that. Put it on outsides. Can't do it more, really. I don't have an inner corner for those, do I? No. That's alright. At least now we have a bright, big engine room, which is what we set out to do. Now, if we were to put a light on the ends here, I try to not use too much blue light inside, put that on the outside of the station. If we were to, we do get a little bit of texture from them, which is nice. Might be helpful. We put even each side to help bring in a little bit more texture on the sides. We prefer that to be go all the way, even more. Be a bit too much, but let's try. Yeah. I do think I like it when you can see some of the texture of the wall like that. That's a bit more fun. Wonderful. We have all of the wires here. Yep. That's good. And I think that concludes our little engine build. Don't forget to put a door on it. Just after we didn't have to put in one of the typical things. That means we have done something a little bit new, a little bit different. That's fun. Now this room is how big? This 14 by 24. Yeah. And Vir Modular Space Station, large engine, 14 by goodness 24. I think that's what I said, so let's go with that. And combine with other modulars. Go. And there you have it. That's how I would build a large engine in this style. I'm sure there are 1,000 other ways, but this is what came out tonight. We're gonna go with it. thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you for building with me, staying with me through all of this evening. I'll be building more soon again. Check out the latest builds that I have uploaded. We got some new stuff from 40k if you're looking for that. Got the Throne World, which isn't even official on mod.io yet, but it allows you to build a very like grimdark city-like environment very quickly, and that's fun. And I also have something called Factorium, I think it's what I call it. I'm just trying to, these are pieces. Actually, let me show you as the final thing I do. I think we have, oh, because they don't always have to be in the dark, they can also be in the light. This was a very fun project to build. So this is all of, typically these are in all darkness, but when you put them in a little bit of light, they just kind of spring to life a bit more. And even the grimmest and darkest of towers like this one, or these, this is the Factorium content. You have like smelting tanks, this, what do you call it, crane, and other industrial pieces like these are all available from the Factorium keyword on mod.io. Just grab wherever you want. See something you like, click it, and voila, it's yours. You can bring it right in, and I don't know, you would put it here, but let's say here, and there it is. Boom, now you have an exciting set piece to build with. So yeah, check that set out. Let me know what you build with it. We got everything. Oh, of course, combine it with the it's just called the Grimdark. And I went for, but it's the Grimdark set, which has a bunch of things that is inspired by 40k, including walls and forts and bunkers that allows you to create a good setting for your favorite Space Marine player group. Yeah, okay. That's the evening. That's the stuff. I'm the Murian Settler, and if you want to see more, just click like and subscribe, and we'll keep building. All right. You have a good night.